go.
Welcome back to Afya Fit 360. This is the channel that discusses real issues about real people in the real world. My name is Ken O and I'm here to unpack this hot conversation, the Gen Z conversation. I want to talk to you about them. Who are they and what are their characteristics? These are young men and women who were born between 1997 and 2012. They are between 12 years and 27 years. The average age of Africa is 18 years. The average age of Kenya is actually 19 years. And even the median age is around the same age at 19 years. And these are the people forming the bulk of our population. And therefore, they have something to say and they have just rediscovered their power in running national conversations. I want to tell you that these guys were born in the era of advanced technology. They have utilized space, and some of us have seen space for the first time, but they can marshal numbers, organize and mobilize into their millions and thousands on the space platform. They have been born in the streaming services. Some of us saw feature phones at 18. I'm a millennial. But for them, they are born in the Internet of Things. And interestingly, with ChatGPT, AI, and machine learning, I think they are going to burst in their seams as they try new things and change the world. They're actually changing it as you're speaking. The Gen Zs are extremely aware of their political environment. They are extremely aware of their social environment. And they are also aware about their economics. They are aware and they have these conversations on every social media platform. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, name it. The Gen Zs, ladies and gentlemen, have a high sense of social justice. They have a high sense of awareness on what needs to be done and what needs not to be done. They are very clear on what they do not want and they are very clear on what they want. They have a standard to be set. And because of their awareness of the challenges that they are facing, the issues around climate change, they have high unemployment rates that we have never seen. The baby boomers were getting their jobs immediately after graduating and even before graduation. But for them, 844 narrative is not making sense to them. The songs that we listened to back in the day when we were growing up, so many vijana mutapata kazi nzuri sana. But the reality is these jobs are not easy to find. And therefore they are coming up with a new reawakening, asking for new jobs, new policies to provide for themselves. The Gen Zs are fearless. They say they have no leader, but I've seen leadership in them. And the way they are organizing and projectizing their conversation, running this agenda, you can tell these guys have gone to school. And being fearless, they are ready to stand up and be counted. They are ready to speak up their minds, even at the workplace. They are ready to even challenge the church to get involved in these conversations. They have done what we millennials, baby boomers, and Generation Xers have never done before. So I salute you, Gen Zs, for challenging us to stop being apathetic and naive in the national conversations. And they are here to tell us, you guys, stay at home. We want to fight for you, parents. And we have seen them doing it, literally. So the Gen Z are very entrepreneurial. They have an entrepreneurial mindset. They are ready to keep not only one job, but even have 2 or 3 jobs. And they are keen to remove or excite their creative juices and have different jobs at different times. The Gen Zs want to be independent in their workplace. They can speak up their minds in the workplace. They want to have remote working environments. They are keen to have purposeful jobs, meaningful jobs. And that's why they change jobs from one to the other in a very short period of time, because they are looking for purpose. They want to have a cause. They want to have something to stand for. They want to be rewarded for standing for the right thing to do. The millennials and other generations have preferred to work for big corporates and to work for the government. But for them, even a startup is as good, is just enough for them. So the Gen Zs, ladies and gentlemen, are people who want to make a difference in the workplace. They have integrity. They have brand essence. They want to work for organizations that identify with social responsibility. They want to work with people who identify with environmental responsibility. That's why climate change is a big conversation right now in the world, and they're plugging right into it. The Gen Zs also want to buy from brands that have ethics. They want to buy from brands that maintain ethical standards, produce products that are ethically driven and accepted by the communities. And if you do not have ethics, they are going to shun your product. So they are reawakening our moral compass. They are moving us from what we have been used to a new wave of doing things in the right way. They are reviving social accountability. So it is high time we embrace these conversations. The millennials, Generation X, and baby boomers need to have this conversation with them. Let us employ them. Right now, everybody is looking for a Gen Z in the room. You cannot have a policy conversation without a Gen Z in the room. They have taught us how to redo advocacy, leveraging digital tools. And that's why we need to have the different generations in the workplace so that we can come together and have these conversations. As they support all these causes, we need the baby boomers, the Generation X's, the silent generation, even those born in 1945. We all need to support their cause as long as the cause is on the right direction. And therefore, it is upon the millennials and those of us who are baby boomers and Generation X, those are the ones born between 1965 and 1980, to support them, to mentor them, and channel the energy in the right direction. Because they have a point to say, they have got evidence, they have unparalleled courage, they have unity in unprecedented proportions, and they are moving the needle towards the right direction. So let us embrace them, let us make sure that we are working with them. And remember, Gen Zs, from me as a public health specialist, I'll tell you one thing: please embrace mental health. Like you always do when you look at the TikTok videos, the Instagram videos, you go to the gym, you're conscious about your health, but also limit the time you are on your gadgets, because the gadgets produce, let me call them hormones. Hormones that make us feel good, and we get addicted to phones, and we reduce our social capital by not talking to one another. So it's just a matter of balance. That is just from a public health angle. Let us be responsible in our use of gadgets. Run the world, all the best, and Godspeed. Let us keep it up right in this channel. Subscribe for these conversations. Here we are, Afia 360.